I'm a user of a library and a technology person. So I'm trying to cover today what I feel, how AI can be useful in library and from a user perspective. So I hope you all don't mind. I might not be giving lot of tools to you to discuss, but I'll share my experiences related to AI and maybe how we can use it in libraries. I'm from C-DAC, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computing, and especially from Mumbai. Our center earlier was known as NCST, and it was a very well-known location and a library for many people. So in Mumbai, we know that it was the only library that time available 24/7. Even many college professors or PhD aspirants used to come sit in the night, throughout the night, and we were having 24/7 librarian also. So all these at that time updated books, all journals used to be available for people, and today those people who are at very high positions still come and remember those days when they used to use this library. Unfortunately, we see now our library shrinking, and because of that, our librarian Ram sir is also here. We have discussion multiple times like how to keep it alive. Because all of us understand today, as Dr. Nabi sir mentioned, don't be the fourth monkey of Gandhiji. It is very important because I also tried out, we in Mumbai try to commute or spend lot of time in commute itself. So half of our day, around 4 hours or so, we spend in commuting. Obviously at that time, our companion is mobile. So we try to read through mobile. But we know the road in India, because of the metro work, especially in Maharashtra, is very poor, and because of that, reading also becomes very difficult. And being very frank with you, reading a book and reading the book on mobile or any electronic platform is a completely different experience. So when we are reading a book, it's really pleasure, I can say heaven, because I still remember all those school, college days when we used to have some time, and what we used to do is, yes, relaxed afternoon, that is reading books. Today, I miss that a lot, and so I was just thinking how AI can be helpful in all these scenarios, trying to share my presentation over here on that. Since we are talking about AI, majority of you, I feel, are from library, but I, being from a technical background, I feel that why not share something about AI first. So AI is not that way new concept. All of us remember that there were certain kind of expert systems. Dr. Nabi also had in his slides mentioned about it. So these were expert systems where we used to give rules. We used to define that if this is the scenario, do these kind of things. There was certain kind of intelligence which was applied in the computer. And basically in the computer itself, the starting of it, it started with AI. Right? All of us know that the concept of Turing machine, which was initiated in World War II itself. Right? So that was the first time where intelligence came into machines, and that now we are engaging more and more. So first concept was like rule-based this. I hope that all of you are aware about how computer was developed. So during World War II, if you are not aware, there is one movie called as Imitation Game. And this Imitation Game movie is about Dr. Alan Turing itself. And it was the initiation of computer. It was in World War II when Germans were sending messages. And obviously those were in German. And also those were further encrypted. And whenever these British used to do man-in-the-middle attack kind of a thing, I can say now, at that time it was like grabbing some of the messages, try to interpret so that you can decide the action for World War II. Now here obviously that language was not known, and then further encoding, how to decode, they had appointed around 50 more people who can do that kind of a decoding of messages. But they used to finally do decoding of some of the messages at the evening or so. In the night, again 12 o'clock, the coding used to change. So every day that was a huge task what these people were having. What Alan Turing tried to do is he tried to automate the things. And the first breakthrough was every day there are certain characters which are observed as such. So they tried to find out it must be first starting with good morning because it's the new thing. So obviously you can then identify those characters and how those characters are represented in the message. Then came at the end of every message there was Hey Hitler, which they could identify. So with that they could identify those characters. And then in the machine, they said that, okay, for G, this is the character use, for O, this is the character use, for H, this is the character use. At least some of the characters were known and it was becoming much easier to decode the messages, right? That was in a way starting of AI, for me, at least I feel. Because here we were trying to build that intelligence into the system to simplify our task, to simplify the work of brain. If you remember our evolution, we were working on machineries to simplify our physical efforts. But here we started working on reducing our mental efforts or brain efforts, right? So that was the initiation of AI. Then we started developing rules that if this happens, let's do these kind of things. Then came machine learning. So the way we learn, how do we teach our child that, okay, this is apple, this is red. That way we started telling the machine, creating a repository that, okay, if you find this kind of a picture, call it as an apple. If this is the color, call it as red. And we started giving it to it. Whole NLP, that is natural language processing, and India being a very core into natural language processing because we are having more than 26 languages. Forget about dialects, okay? So we required this kind of a conversion which uses machine learning techniques, and so separate branch evolved from machine learning as such, which was NLP or natural language processing. Then started the concept of deep learning, that every time instead of saying this is right this is right apple, instead of that, can we give just lot of data and make the system learn on its own? The child, the way he observes, okay, his brain starts capturing the things, trying to interpret in his own way. Similarly, we are asking now the system to do that. This is the huge database that I have, try to understand from it and interpret it. That is how today's AI started. And the application of it, which we see these days, Gen AI, okay, or ChatGPT, which has evolved as a part of Gen AI itself, that is generative AI. What we do over here, we are giving lot of data. Okay, these are the reports. Now, if you want to generate a report, see these reports and try to generate a report. Okay, or if I want to write an email, these are the formats of email. Try to create an email through this. Of course, here we are slowly becoming more and more dependent on the systems rather than we are offloading all our brain work to these days to the systems. But that is what is happening in deep learning, which is evolved into Gen AI. The combination of that if you do have a specific objective that I want to do this kind of a task, I create it as an agent and that becomes agentic AI. This is just a brief and simple description of various flavors of AI, I can say. So now if I'm having these kind of flavors of AI, how I can use them, especially from the library perspective. We read lots of books, but we can read those books which are there in the language that is known to me. Okay? We know there is a lot of literature, let's say Bengali, but I don't understand Bengali, I cannot read it, so I'm missing that good opportunity of understanding a very good literature. Can AI be useful in this? We know that there are lots of tools today available which read books for us. As I said, when we are working in Cosmo or any of these cities these days, okay, our commute time is more. Here you cannot read because it strains your eyes a lot, but we do have lot of readers for us, right? These are not only for visually challenged people, but good for many of us, that it reads for you. Now here, along with reading, can I have additional thing? Instead of reading that particular book in Bengali, can it read it for me in Marathi or English, which is the language which is understood by me? Can there be use of AI for translating it on the fly and translate it for me? Maybe I'll be able to take real good, enjoy that kind of a book in other languages as well. As sir had said that there is a robotics library in Finland. I was in Finland for around 2 years and I observed that they are very, very techno-savvy people, but at the same time they simplify life a lot. They give completely practical aspect to their students. So if they want to show students, even the nursery students, they take them that how the water comes to your taps. They take them to actually those locations, make them understand that these are the things work, how they work. So I always feel that in Finnish, the literature also, especially the technical, being from my field, okay, must be very good. But I am not able to understand that. I am not able to read that. I feel AI is a key for us to do these kind of translations, read it for us, one opportunity. If we could build or are available such tools, we can make available in the library. Another one, as I said, text-to-speech converter. Secondly, better research, search for me. When I go to the library, we do classify them. We say that, okay, these are the technical books or maybe electrical books, mathematical books, or if it is a library of kind of C-DAC, maybe we are having all the books which are technical, but with maybe blockchain, programming, AI, data, cloud, everything separated. Can I go beyond that? Can I try to know that what exactly I will get if I take this book? I want some AI-based interpreter who will read that book, give me a gist of it, that if you take this book, you will be able to learn these things. Because there are lots of capabilities in AI today which can generate a new data. Why cannot it generate just the gist of a book? Then it will be much easier for me that which book should I select. Should I take dummies or should I take the complete detailed one? That decision making will be much, much easier. Because many times what happens is we take a book, while starting reading, we start feeling that, no, I'm not able to grasp the things, I have to return the book. Another aspect, one is search based on content. Another is on writing style. We are also hooked to certain writing styles and we enjoy reading that because then we understand them faster. So, can there be analysis? And there is work happening in AI in this domain as well. What writing style is there? If we are showing that gist or if we are actually bringing it in the speech format, can it tell me what writing style is this? Because in Marathi, I remember some of the authors, let's say Vapu Kale, or there is Suhas Shirvalkar, or the writing style which or Pula Deshpande, we know that the simple writing style everybody is liking. So if someone says that it's a new author, but the writing style is similar to this, would you like to read? Maybe I would like to give a try. So if that kind of information I could cover through AI, it will be great. So creating brief and search algorithms in a different way. Search is not just kind of a metadata or where we are having, okay, this is related to a classification, it's a blockchain, it's AI, or that kind of stuff. I want more. Now, and I feel AI can give you more about it. Thirdly, as I said, we miss the languages. One part is, okay, converting that into your own language, but AI can be used for language learning also. It is fun in reading in that particular language because though it will be translated, there will be still that missing flavor of that particular language. Can I learn the language much faster using AI? Of course, there are applications. All of you might be knowing that Duolingo and all are available. On the similar lines, if I can get something which will tell me that, okay, learn the language fast, you will be able to read this book faster. maybe it will be encouraging and a fun as such. So I feel that AI can be useful in these areas. Also, I have seen some of the research work happening and many of the PhD works also on the recommender systems. We do have on all our like Amazon or overall, if you see, there is a lot of localization. It always gives you recommendation that, okay, you have searched certain kind of things in one platform, then you will start getting recommendations from all the platform for the same thing. For example, if I have tried out some shoes on one platform, on my Facebook, on my Insta, everywhere I'll start getting the advertisements for shoes. Can I have such kind of a recommender system based on the way sir was saying that, okay, if you do analysis, which kind of books are read by me? Can you recommend those kind of books to me? I have seen this kind of a thing in free books that, okay, you have chosen some kind of a genre and based on that, the books in that genre come. But it should be AI further enabled that other than just the area, I also want that the writing style and the content that can be given to us. Sir has already talked about the chatbots, but I feel that with AI now we want more advanced chatbots who can talk with us like human. And already some of the libraries which sir mentioned in Dubai and all are already having those kind of chatbots. But I haven't seen any kind of communication like this so far in India, but I think that will be a good thing. That would be great, sir, because I feel that it's a necessity as such. So use case scenarios, some of these other than library also what I felt is, if this kind of translator, what I was saying that one language to another language, I let's say go to Kerala, I don't understand Malayalam, I don't understand their script either. But if I want to use public transport, I have to still ask someone, many times that person also doesn't know that language. Okay, AI can, if I wear specs, can AI give me that, okay, this is what is written in a particular language? And this kind of a thing, again, in Dubai, I have seen that it is happening. There are certain specs, if you wear them, if it is written in Arabic, it will still give you the conversion in your own language. So if that happens, it will be much easier and we don't have to depend upon someone fooling us also, that giving us wrong information. So this kind of a thing is very useful. I have already other things covered. Most of the movies, we do have subtitles, but many times we have seen still AI is in evolving phase. When the language changes, the meanings also change. So that context sensitiveness needs further to be researched on. But I feel that especially from a library or any perspective, not just from inclusiveness, one part is, yes, I'm currently also working for PWD people to build that accessible kind of things. But language should be no bar for anybody to enjoy any literature which is available. It can be technical, non-technical, fictitious, non-fictitious, whatever it is. We should be able to take or enjoy everything that comes to us. Language should not be bar or limitation for us. I think that is possible with the help of AI. I'm just having some of the tools which are available from C-DAC, but of course, as Neeta Verma madam had mentioned, or Dr. Nabi also mentioned, it's not end-to-end. These are providing some specific silo tools. So we do have done transliteration long back. I think Sangeeta madam had mentioned about GIST group, and these are some of the products of them. Today these are also incorporated in Bhashini, which is a 26 all languages. Support is being given. You might be aware that when the Ram Mandir was getting formed at that time, when our Honorable Prime Minister was visiting various places where Shri Ram Prabhu had visited, the story of that particular place was narrated to him in those local languages, and those were converted by Bhashini in Gujarati or Hindi for his understanding. So it was a very good use case which was there for a translation. Text-to-speech converter we do have. One of the use case what we realized, I work with some of the institutions which are working for PWD people, and these people require writer because they cannot every time, a motor disability, visual disability, multiple disabilities they do have. So we have created one Sahayak writer, Okay, so here we can read the question to the student can understand and answer, and that will be automatically written. Usually what happens is human intervention is required. We go as writers and interpret and write. Of course, we are matured enough, but many times we are still short of many writers. So system, if we could develop, it will be much easier. That was the intention behind this. There are lots of things. We do have namespace, where you can compare. Now we know that if you have written in your Aadhaar the name as Padmaja Joshi, I have to match it as Padmaja Joshi. Somewhere else, if it becomes Padmaja N Joshi, it will not match it. So here what we are trying to do is match not just in English, but do multiple language matching as well. We do have Samvad, as again sir had mentioned. We have this for identifying what kind of schemes are there for you. It gives you, if you ask certain queries, but still so far it is FAQ based. We want to of course go beyond that. It should be helpful. Then we do have name search, as I have already mentioned, similar to that of namespace. Speech recognition system, because as I said many a times, it may not be possible for you, if you are visually challenged or otherwise, to read the things. Okay, instead of that, then I should be talking in that. So many chatbots are today there which are voice enabled. Okay, so that voice understanding is available in Shrutlekhan. We are also doing speech analysis. So certain areas, for example, let's say I'm having a internet-based voting kind of an application. How will I know that a particular person, while doing voting, is he or him, she herself? First is, okay, that we are doing with the help of live kind of capture of their face. But how will I know that he or she is under threat, gun behind him or her? Can I make use of some kind of speech analysis? Ask them to talk something which will help us understand that if there is some threat or not, because your voice shakes if you are under some certain pressure. So that is what is even speech analysis suite that we have. We have Chitrankan, where older all documents you can convert into any document that you want, any language document that you want, and it will be exactly similar to whatever the older document is. Without taking much time, I will just, some of the applications what I feel for library are, one thing is book classification. AI is a good classifier, so we can make use, and here if AI itself finds out what is there in the book and then classify, rather than we as an author telling them. Book readers, which are some of the books are available, especially child stories are available. We can go beyond that, especially while commute we should be able to listen to all these books. Getting book reviews and recommendations, the way it is happening for movies, we should be having for books, so that we will be able to bring more and more people back to libraries, back to reading, because currently I feel I actually miss that very much. Easy personalization, I read these kind of books, this kind of author, so it should be a recommended system, should be able to tell me that which books I should go for. Chatbot, as I have already explained, and automated writing evaluations. Today we do use Chatbot, Grammarly, all various like Perplexity and all these tools. And I have seen in C-DAC also many of the contractual staff writing their mails using ChatGPT. So many times I have to tell them that I don't want paras after paras, I just want two-liner, what you want. It becomes much easier. But many theses, many papers are written using ChatGPT. Today we do have a certain kind of evaluators, writing evaluators, but beyond that, we should be able to identify what is genuine and what is not genuine. So I feel that these are good areas for library tools to be available where AI can be utilized. Thanks for listening to me. Thank you.